A single photon invisible to the naked eye streaks through the darkness of a laboratory at 670 million miles per hour, hurtling toward a barrier with two impossibly thin slits carved into its surface. On the detector screen beyond, a pattern begins to emerge, not the two clean lines you'd expect from a particle, but rippling bands of interference, as though the photon passed through both slits simultaneously, as though it were a wave, as though it were everywhere at once. But here is where the story fractures the mind. The moment a scientist places a detector at the slits to watch which path the photon takes, the interference pattern vanishes. The photon behaves like a single particle again. The act of observation of looking changed the outcome. This is not a thought experiment. This is not philosophy. This has been replicated in laboratories thousands of times across a century of physics. And tonight, in the grand finale of Unexplained, Science versus Mystery, we confront the most unsettling possibility of all, that reality itself may not exist the way you think it does, and that the question, what is real, may be the most dangerous question science has ever dared to ask. A physicist fires a single photon toward two slits, and in that fraction of a second, the foundations of everything we call real begin to dissolve. This is not science fiction. This is the verified, repeatable, Nobel Prize-winning science that has left the greatest minds in history stunned into silence. Unexplained. Science versus Mystery, Episode 7 of 7, the grand finale. This is it, the final chapter of our 7-part journey through the most baffling phenomena ever documented. From ancient monuments that defy engineering to signals from deep space, we've asked hard questions. Now, in this finale, we turn the lens inward. What if reality itself is the greatest unexplained phenomenon of all? The double-slit experiment, first performed by Thomas Young in 1801, still defies complete explanation. Particles behave differently when observed versus unobserved. In 2022, the Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to Alain Aspect, John Clauser, and Anton Zeilinger for experiments proving quantum entanglement is real. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. Here are the key facts. The double-slit experiment, first conducted by Thomas Young in 1801 and refined with single particles in the 20th century, demonstrates that quantum entities behave as waves until observed, then collapse into particles, a phenomenon with no universally accepted explanation. The 2022 Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to Alain Aspect, John Clauser, and Anton Zeilinger for conclusively demonstrating quantum entanglement, proving that particles can instantaneously influence each other regardless of distance. Physicist John Archibald Wheeler proposed the participatory anthropic principle, suggesting the universe requires observers to bring it into existence, summarized in his phrase, it from bit. The holographic principle, developed by Gerard T. Hooft and Leonard Susskind in the 1990s, proposes that all information within a volume of space can be described by information on its boundary, suggesting our 3D reality may be encoded on a 2D surface. If this video made you see the world a little differently, please subscribe and click the bell. New wonders arrive every week. We'll see you in the next one.